think that when you're that age and you're doing what I did, you have to be, because if you stopped and looked at what you were doing, you wouldn't have made the ground for you to stand on. You know what I'm saying? In a sense, because I think that in the music business, people only respect people that bring stuff to the table.
Right.
And 9 times out of 10, they want to take that from you. But those years when I, firmly concreted myself as an individual, you were going to see throughout this journey we were all on. You know what I'm saying? Because prior to the Jay-Z and Monica thing, like I said, I had brought the Big MAK thing to Atlanta, and people was like, Big MAK, who the fuck is woo? And then of course Biggie was popping. Craig Mack was popping first. And then, they were like, Big, all right, cool. But then, then everybody wants to be like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? Can't be more bigger than this. But I pride my career on that, because, when I figured out that having those relationships was the end for me, my life changed completely.
All right, let's talk about relationships, and fast forward to when I met you. I met you the first time, it was in Fayetteville, North Carolina, rock music. Chubbs was real big. Chubbs was like, it's the rock music. We got the Alan Anthony, we got Arcadia Christian, you had Nicole Ray. Yeah. Hey, wherever you are, holla.
The baddest lips in
By
the
the way, I don't even remember your song. I remember them lips though. But we had a summer jam joint, and I remember everybody was kind of with the snowball trying to get, but there was this person on the side of the stage, light-skinned brother, and he was just jamming like it was the best song in the world. It was like, if I'm gonna be the only one party, and if y'all don't party, I'm a party. And shout out to the shoes. You had those Air Force Ones. That was back when everybody was doing the Air Force Ones with the Gucci, but my man had it on some like red, white, and blue stitching on the swoosh with no shoestrings. Yeah, it took you back.
Man, I remember what I was doing 12 months ago. Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was but take us back to like the rock music and how your relationship with Dame and how that
the rock music thing came about because like I told you, we were friends first, and I ended up going to Venice with him on the promotion of Reasonable Doubt. And through the years, I had did other things in the music business, but we always kept our relationship. So one day I got a script that came through my office. I was working with Dallas again. He had a company called Free World. It's right after Motown. I'm in New York. And it's my man from Uptown Harlem, Shep, brought AZ, the hustler that got shot in his head. So basically AZ got his name from this hustler AZ. So he brought the dude in my office. So I'm an ex-street nigga. So I'm looking at like, oh shit, I used to come to DC. Yeah. And last thing I heard, he got shot 20 times in the head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking like, but he comes walking in the office. So I'm like, oh shit, AZ. So we pop in. Anyway, long story short, he brought me what would soon to be paid for the movie. So Dallas and I was trying to get Dallas into it, like, Dallas, you can do this movie. I'm telling you the story of the nigga, you know what I'm saying? I'm vouching, he's 100. They didn't want to do it, so I was like, you need to go see my dudes on John Street. And it was Dame and Jay, and I took, it was actually Biggs, Dame, and Jay when I took AZ up in there. Jay-Z stayed for a minute left, Biggs, and that day gave 25 grand, like we wanted to do the story. And, I would be a liaison like that. I would introduce him to things, and I think Dame really felt bad because he told me he was going to give me a part in the movie and never did. So I saw him after they launched Rockaway. He's like, yo, can you come help me launch this new division of Rockefeller? I was like, yeah, I could do that, you know what I'm saying? So we talked about it, didn't quite happen. And then I went to work with Mariah, and then all of a sudden he was like, dawg, like, what are you doing? I'm serious, I need help. I just signed Samantha Ronson. We got Alan Anthony going solo for Christian Rail. We got a girl named Dennis, like all this stuff. I was like, all right, let me hear it. I came in. Was like, yeah, all right, cool, I'm gonna rock with it. And
you knock it like that?
Exactly.
That'd be it.
So I basically was like, boom, yes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna rock with it. I said I gotta bring my team in though. So I brought Chisel Dizzle up. He became director of marketing. Had a couple more things, and then when I got in there, Alan Anthony had been working on the project. Man, it was incredible. So I really got excited. But then it all crashed and burned. First let me back up. When I came in, I was all excited. Got Remy Martin to give us 150. We went on tour with the Remy on the Rocks. We did a CIAA. What did we do? Classic. What's the one we did in Richmond? The Rock Weekend.
The MAK?
Nah. Virginia State. Something. Anyway, so we did all these great promotions that we needed to set off rock music, but then it just went left. And the thing about it is, man, it's like we couldn't put out no records, and that was the disappointing part. Yeah. But it's no real diss to Dame or Jay. At the end of the day, it was what it was. But the same thing that that was happening then happened.